Hey guys, it's Jenny, and I am so sorry. I have not had a chance to film the tutorial for that Plague Doctor mask that I promised you guys like 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. I have been so swamped with finishing up costumes for the next convention that we're going to. My husband and I are going to be going to RTX, and it's coming up in a week, and I am stressing out. I've still got a lot of stuff that I've got to get done. And I've just been frantically trying to do this, so I just have not had any time. I'm so sorry. I've got all the pieces. I will get it filmed for you. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll like this instead. I've decided that I'm going to do a small tutorial for you guys for a piece of one of my costumes. So RTX, if you don't know what that is, it's a convention that was created by a bunch of guys who created a company called Rooster Teeth. And Rooster Teeth is an internet production company, and they do all kinds of stuff. They do Let's Plays, they do walk-through-ish kind of things, like achievement hunting. They do like shows. They do Red versus Blue. That's where they started, was with Red versus Blue, which is really funny. If you get a chance, there's about 13 seasons of it. It's really hilarious. Go watch it. But yeah, they do all kinds of stuff, and one of the things that they do with Achievement Hunter, which is a portion of Rooster Teeth, is they've got their Minecraft section, and they play Minecraft, and they do all kinds of different things in Minecraft. And during the course of all of the Minecraft videos that they've come out with, there's a couple characters that have been created. One of them is called Mad King Ryan. It's freaking funny. And the other one is Edgar the Cow. And Edgar is the one in the hole. So my husband and I decided that for one of our sets of costumes that we're going to do for RTX is going to be Mad King Ryan and Edgar the Cow. And I'm Edgar the Cow. So I decided that I need some kind of bag to wander around the convention hall with, just in case we end up buying something. I want to keep my wallet in there. So, since it's Minecraft based, I'm gonna make a purse that looks like this. Haha! Pretty easy, simple Minecraft grass block. I figure a cow, grass block, it'll be cute, right? So, this grass block is 16 blocks by 16 blocks. So what I did, and what you'll need if you want to make this as well, or any other Minecraft purse, is waha! Felt of various colors. So the colors that are on this, my printer's kind of bad, but there's about 4 different colors of green up here and about 4 different shades of brown. But there's also like some blue, gray colors mixed in here to kind of look like gravel, dirt. So I went and got a bunch of felt from my local craft stores. And I got light green, I got medium greens, I got dark greens, there's a bunch of browns in here, there's some blues because I couldn't find any good like blue grays, so I'm working with what I could get. And since it's 16 by 16, I decided I'd just make it 16 inches by 16 inches. So rather than bore you guys with watching me do this, I just did this off screen, is I made a grid on each and every one of my felt pieces. I made a grid, and they're all 1 inch by 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut these inch squares out, put a little dab of glue on them for my hot glue gun, stick them onto my material. Once I'm done building my whole grass block, I'm then going to go down and sew each piece down, which will be pretty easy, just line by line. Tedious, but easy. So, you'll need felt, you'll need a reference picture. I'm doing a grass block, but you can also do some kind of ore, you could do diamond, you could do a pig face if you wanted to, and some kind of material. So I had this brown material lying around from a jacket that I made my husband for his Gambit costume. And I have a whole bunch of it lying around, so I thought, well, this will be perfect. So what I did was I measured out 17 inches across, 17 across and 17 down to give myself some hemming. I need an allowance for hemming. And I'm not going to make this overly complicated. It's just going to be a simple bag this time. I might go back later and do like a gusset, but if you wanted to, you could add like a 2-inch or 3-inch gusset to make the purse a little bit bigger if you wanted to. It's up to you. But I'm just going to do a simple bag. So I cut this out as one long piece. So this is, what, 34 inches long? That's 17 plus 17. It's 34 inches long. And I just folded it in half. And I'm going to glue my squares onto this first, then I'm going to sew it together. That way it doesn't accidentally glue to the other side. So I'm going to lay this open flat, glue my pieces on, then I'm going to flip it inside out and sew the whole thing together once I'm done sewing everything down. So I'll show you guys later. But yeah, so that's what you'll need: glue gun, scissors, felt, material, and I think that's it. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so now we're finished with gluing each of the pieces down onto our material, but because all I did was do a little dot right in the middle, just to hold everything down, it's all kind of like, ew. So what we're going to do is sew down each of those edges, and it's going to be pretty simple. You can either do a zigzag stitch if you wanted to, or you can do a straight stitch. I'm just going to do a straight stitch. So you're just going to go down the line, up the line, down the line, that kind of thing. It's pretty simple. It's just going to take a long time. So let's get started. Alright, so about 10 hours later and 3 outfits later, it's finally finished, at least on the front. So that is what our grass block looks like. Ooh, that looks so cool. I'm happy. So, as you can see, what I did very speedily is just sew up and down on each of the edges. So that'll keep this down and prevent it from doing that weird like fluttery thing that it was doing before. And I have to admit, so this is the first time I've ever done anything like this specifically. I've done patches and other things like that with felt, but I've never pieced together making like an 8-bit block kind of thing. If I do it again, I'm going to do it differently. I haven't quite figured out exactly how I want to do it, but this worked, but it was a pain in the butt. So not only did it take me like 5 hours to glue every little square down, it also, the glue I guess ended up on the edges, because I used hot glue, but it ended up on the edges as I was sewing these down. It was gumming up my sewing machine, so I kept having to stop and wipe off the needle and change out the needles, and then I ran out of thread, and it was just all a pain in the butt. So this took a lot longer than it actually, I think, would have normally taken. But for what it is, I like it. It's not the straightest. Each piece is cut slightly differently, but hey, it's got character. I made it. I like it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now, because this has that little extension that I left, I'm going to flip this inside out to finish up my bag. And I'm going to sew up the edges, just up both the edges, leaving the top open. And I've already pinned that down so that I'm going to hem that. So I'm going to do that first, then I'm going to sew up the edges. Ah, can't grab it. And then I'm going to add some brown ribbon to the top to make handles. And I don't know why, but for some reason in my brain, 16 inches was not this big. For some reason, 16 inches was like this big. Go figure. I don't know. I think I was just having a brain fart at the time. I know what 16 inches is. This ended up being a tote. Oh well, that's okay. It'll work. So originally I was going to make this like a crossbody kind of thing, but now it's just going to end up like a shoulder tote, which is fine. So yeah, let's get this mother finished. Woo! Location change. Yay, I'm in my bathroom now because the light is much, much better in my bathroom than it is in my living room. So we're finished. Woohoo! Look at that. Oh, it's so cool. So I decided I was going to put a fairly long strap on it so that I can either do it crossbody. Can you see? Or I can have it just on my shoulder. And yeah, I'm just going to hang it my side. Woo! I'm not tall enough for that. Alright, cool. So yeah, so what I did off screen was I sewed right down the edge on the sides, the bottom, and the side, just to kind of give it that more square, flat look. And then I added the strap. And what I did for that is I took some ribbon, just some regular gross grain ribbon. You can use ribbon or you can use nylon strap if you can find any. I couldn't find any that I wanted in this color, so I just used ribbon instead. It'll be fine. And I folded it around. Well, I sewed it right in the middle, pretty much. So I just followed that little square all the way around. So that should hold nicely on both sides. So yeah, that is how I made my grass block purse that I'm going to use for my convention walking. And I'm going to put my wallet in here, and I'm going to put any posters or anything else that we might buy right in here, and I'm going to pose with it because I'm a cow and I eat grass. Yum, yum, yum. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Well, short, long tutorial. Again, I promise I will get the Plague Doctor mask tutorial out. I just have not had time, and I'm going to be gone for a few weeks when we go to Austin for RTX, so I promise it will go up. It's just not going to be for a while. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this, and again, you know, subscribe, like, share, do all of that fun stuff. Again, I'm sorry, guys. It has just been hectic. Alright, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Be good to each other, and I will see you in my next video. Alright, guys. Bye!